They're talking sports and what's going on again. It's Jay and me breaking it down for the fans. Nothing gets past them. Tap in and catch them. J-N-B C2CSN.
The New York Knicks are NBA champions. The New York Knicks are the 2026 NBA champions. I'm going to say it again. Say it again. The New York Knicks are the 2026 NBA champions. You know, sometimes people want to hype it, and there should be a lot of hype in this, obviously. But nah, man. It's emotions. There's a lot of emotions here, man. I'm still feeling it, man. It's crazy, bro. I'm about to, I don't even want to, bro. That's crazy if I'm going to cry on this live, bro. You know? But there's a lot of emotions, man. As we're also live on Instagram. Let me just put that on there. I mean, you're talking about a franchise, bro. I don't want, listen, 1973, 60s, 70s, 80s, bro. Nobody was watching it anyways, like in our era, right? And some old timers, obviously, they watched it and they struggled. But even, here's the problem. Even if you were a fan in the 80s, talking about the Bernard days, I mean, your team just won 10 years ago. So it's not even that. But for us like 90s babies, 2000 babies, man, we struggled, bro. We were the laughing stock. Our friends, families, they've ridiculed us day in and day out. And today, all of that gets erased, man. We're going to talk about it. Jay's going to join us in about 15, 20 minutes. He had to take care of something. He'll be back on, and then we'll have a nice show. We'll be taking our calls. I'm going to take in our Knicks, biggest Knicks fan insider right now, Mazen. He's about to join us right now. But before I get him on, I just want to let you guys know, man, that this is about us right now as Knicks fans. I want to hear what this championship means to you. I want to hear about, man, just following this team this year, all the highs and lows. And sometimes it's because some championship teams don't really get too many lows. I mean, look at the OKC from last year. They barely had lows. You knew they were going to do something special. If you look at the Celtics from the year before, if you look at the Denver Nuggets from the year before, Milwaukee from previous years, these championship teams, they didn't really have lows. You kind of knew they were going to win the chip. But nah, man, this was a roller coaster of a season with the New York Knicks. And not to mention all the freaking emotions that come behind being a fan of this team. And that we can finally say that the New York Knicks have won the NBA Finals. And it's not on 2K. Because that was the only time I was happy when they're on 2K. That's when they were winning that shit. Yeah, it's going to be an emotional day. Let's bring on top Knicks fan up here, Mazen.
Yo.
The Knicks are NBA champions, Mazen.
I can't even until right now. I mean, I want to say that this is probably the greatest sports moment I have ever experienced in my entire life. I don't know when the last time I got on, if that was for game five, if that was after game four, the loss that we had.
Yeah, you
But
got on. You got on day before. I did a show day before the game five of the NBA Finals.
okay.
So, yeah,
All right. Yeah, okay. So you definitely heard me speak on that 29-point comeback.
yeah.
Um really going into this game after watching us come back almost every single game and winning, I didn't know, I didn't feel that nervousness, this time around. I knew we were going to win. I knew that I wasn't as worried as I was.
Yeah,
Even though McBride, as he was all series, he didn't,
yeah,
produce much. Shamit,
no,
same thing.
yeah.
Uh Cat was
Absolutely.
in foul trouble, but the second, Brunson's been on, he wanted to win this game by any means necessary. And dropping 45 points was no easy task in a closing game. That
Right.
stuff is what you hear about during the Jordan era, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael. Those are the players that do things like that. Um, I don't think I could see, a player like Wembenyama or Shea, produce that same kind of output. So
Yeah.
honestly, I wasn't worried. And leading up to game five, I was very emotional. When I tell you I was, tearing up, I had moments where I was, very, very emotional and very excited and nervous and had all these feelings. But the last 2 minutes, Imi, I had no emotion. I
Yeah.
couldn't cry. I couldn't
Yeah.
speak or
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
anything.
No,
It
bro.
was
It's
it was
it's
crazy.
yeah, no, and you hit it right on the head, right? I mean, you're talking about something that, it's not like, oh man, it's just not your year. It's just not your year. But bro, the team has been so ridiculed for years. It's like you just incorporate in your mind that it's not gonna happen for us. It's just
Yeah.
not gonna happen. And and speaking, it's funny because I don't want to bring this up, but speaking as a Jets fan, that's still how that fan base thinks till this day, until they
Yeah.
win a Super Bowl. Until they win a Super Bowl, that's how they're gonna always feel, that it's never gonna be. It can't be us. It's not that it just wasn't our. No, it cannot be us. It will never
Yeah.
be us. So to actually see it, your mind before celebrating and before all of that is just like you're in shock. You're in shock mode, literally. Um, and it's gonna take a lot of these old time Nick fans, and I would say real Nick fans. It's gonna take some time before it really, really hits, bro. So I will tell you that. Walk me through this, man. Game five. Okay, it's funny because a Spurs fan called me the other day, and he was talking a little shit, and I hope he comes on the live today, on the live today. But it's funny because he's was like, "Yo, man, we were actually beating you. We beat you guys every single game. This and that." And the truth is, he's right. They did beat us almost every single game. But where the Knicks, I feel, had finally, I guess you could say, paid their dues, was they finally put a team together that's been together for at least 3 to 4 years, built that core, built that chemistry where the fourth quarter and all those things doesn't phase them anymore. It was easy breezy to them. They've been there, they've done that, they've been doing that. You saw even
Yeah.
last year, how many comeback wins did we have last year against the Celtics in the second round and all of this and that. So it's the Spurs that were inexperienced and the Spurs that were shaking in their boots. And I think that was a big part. What do you think about that, Mazen? What did you feel about our chemistry and us holding it down to the point where in the fourth quarter we would just put the switch on and start taking over? What did you think of of this
I,
team?
I mean, honestly, even Brunson after game four said it best. He said, if he could sum it up in one word, it would be belief, belief in each other, belief in ourselves. And they were able to go out and get the job done. I mean, they're chipping away at these leads. This is their time. No disrespect to the Spurs, right? I think they're a great young team, but
Yeah,
they were very nonchalant about it. You could see after winning the West how they were reacting and things like that. The only player that actually was locked in was probably Dylan Harper. He was
right.
great. Um, But even after the game, I mean, you saw how they acted. They
Yeah,
all just walked off, no
yeah,
shaking hands, no anything, no kind of gratitude or anything. The Knicks
yeah.
weren't celebrating in a disrespectful way. I don't think that they did anything to kind
No,
of
they were
disrespect
crying. They
the
were
Spurs.
emotional.
Yeah, I
One thing
mean,
about the Knicks, man, it's a classy bunch of guys, bro. It's a classy bunch of guys. I mean, look at OG Anunoby, man. That guy,
yeah,
bro, he's the nicest guy on earth that I can think of right now, bro. Like, he's the type of guy, bro. Like you could have him babysit your kids and not worry about it. Just like that's just the type of Knicks team this is. Um, no, bro, I think the Spurs are just a piece of shits, bro. Especially Wemby.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and you see his highlights, how aggressive he was, how much of a dirty player he was during this playoffs. I think he cannot be the face of this league. And no matter how much, the league tries to push him, tries to, feed us this narrative that the league is around Wemby, that he's the future, that the Spurs are this great team. I don't really see it. And everybody wants to talk about inexperience. I mean, look, you've played in the league for a couple years now. You have De'Aaron Fox on a max contract. You're not keeping the score together. Vassell, he was great. Him and Castle, I think they both are fantastic players. But again, they're not that young. They're not in their that 19, 20, 21 year where they're still have a lot to learn. The only player I would say is probably Dylan Harper. Wembenyama, he's 22, but if you also want to talk about it, where is he going to improve? He gets tired after 30 minutes. Um, he's big, he's lanky. At that height, you physically cannot be
Yeah.
better physically. I mean, everybody talks about how Giannis bulked up. Well, Giannis isn't 7'5".
No.
At that kind of height, if you put on 10, 15 more pounds, even if it's muscle,
You're gonna get
that's
hurt.
gonna wear you out,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
You're gonna
I
get
think
hurt.
he's at his peak as a player.
I think so too.
And same thing with these other guys. I mean, they shot the ball well. It's not about, the fact that they're inexperienced. It's just the fact that the Knicks wanted it more. The Knicks are a better team. It's
Sheesh.
that simple. That's what it comes down to. I keep hearing about
Sheesh.
inexperience. I mean,
Right.
nobody was talking about inexperience when the Spurs were beating the Thunder, and everybody was saying, well, whoever comes out the West is going to sweep the Knicks. That
Right.
was it. That was the case, and then it just switched up because it seems like the entirety of the league is kind of just wanted to see the Knicks lose. And that was exacerbated even more by how some of the hooligans were acting on the street after the games in the city. But again, that's passion. We don't condone that kind of violence. But
No.
at the end of the day, a lot of people were kind of rage baiting. So they know better.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. And just to back to your point about Wemby. Yeah, bro. I don't know if his body is gonna. I mean, look, Porzingis, what was good, and then we thought he was gonna be this unicorn type of player, and then eventually, slowly by slowly, his game started deteriorating, and he just vanished, and now he was just a little role player, and then he just turned out to be nothing, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
if you look at his body type, it's actually taller. He's taller than Porzingis, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Um,
Porzingis, I believe, is 7 or 7'1", and Wemby's about 7'5".
Yeah,
So
no, I think
it makes
Porzingis
a
like
big difference up
7'3"
there.
or something, but yeah, yeah. So I don't know. You're right. I mean, let's see. I mean, the way Wemby plays and he gets physical and he goes up and down. So yeah, it's gonna f up his body.
It's
The
his friend.
Spurs. I'm gonna give credit to the Spurs to the point where they brought it to us. I mean, they were playing a Knicks team that was demolishing every single team that came across their path. And I know a lot of these Spurs fans, a lot of these other idiot West Coast fan base teams are like, yeah, well, you guys had an easy road, and the West Coast is a little harder, and this and that. I had a Spurs, like I told you, a Spurs fan. I hope he comes on today, but he was like, yeah, man. By the time we played you guys, we were beat up, and we had a 7-game series versus OKC. And shout out to Omar Gohari's brother Malik. Yeah, that's him. So he was like, yeah, you guys are, but you guys had to breeze through these easy teams. We had to play, we didn't have barely had any rest. You guys had all this rest and blah 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 blah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, we got. So, what do you want us to do? Not sweep teams? Like, I don't understand. Like, we're gonna do what we have to do. And by the time we played you guys, we mopped the floor with you. But I'll give it to them, bro. They got a good bunch of guys. just stupid mistakes, stupid mental errors, bro. Back again to De'Aaron Fox, back again to Wemby, but a lot of stupid stuff that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we outcoached them as well.
Yeah, I mean, and also if you think about it, right? A lot of people say that the Spurs are the team, that's going to dominate the league for the next decade, and I don't see that. Um, I can see the Thunder being that kind of team. The Thunder are a much deeper team, but when you think about it, all right, you have Dylan Harper has, I believe, 2 years left on his contract. Same thing with Vassell, and same thing, I believe his name is Calvin Johnson. And also Wemby. So you have two guys in Dylan Harper and Wemby that are both going to need super maxes, right, in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
You can't afford, 1, 2, and 3, the third being De'Aaron Fox, to get super max while still keeping a core of decent, solid rotation players. It's not going to happen. One of those three is going to have to leave. Nobody sure shit is taking on De'Aaron Fox's contract, not after this series. And to see if Wemby's going to be able to change his attitude, to change how his character and try to get some sportsmanship. I could see him being like that nasty guy who nobody really wants to play with. He's going to turn off a lot of his teammates, and a lot of officials around the league are just they're not going to like him if he keeps up acting this petty and this childish. So he's got to fix that. And Dylan Harper, man, that boy's got a bright future. He's from here, New Brunswick.
Shout out.
Yeah, Scarlet Knights.
Actually, we usually don't do this on the show, but since I just want to embrace this championship, we'll add as many Knicks fans on possible on the platform. So we got Mr. Bossett, another Knicks fan. We'll just add him on right here. We'll add as many Knicks fans on. How's it going?
What's up, brothers?
What's up?
Live on the show. Listen. What they say? What's the quote? Everyone's better than the Knicks until it's time to be better than the Knicks.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Better than Brunson until it's time to be better than Brunson, man. Listen, man, we champions now. It's been 56 years, long wait, and I appreciate you inviting me on the show. Happy to be here. I got a lot to say. One thing I want to note is the fact that, they talk about, there's a lot of bandwagon Knicks fans, right? Yeah. But this is more than just being a Knicks fan. This is a win for anybody that lives in New Jersey or in the New York area. Because, if you're a fan of any team as a New York team, if you're a fan of any of those teams, then you understand the struggle of how long it's been since we felt a win. If you were a Jets fan, if you were a Mets fan, right? You know what I mean? It's been a struggle of feeling that win. So and especially what's going on in the world now, especially in this area, you just want to be part of something, special. Be part of a championship culture. So you know what I say? Invite all the quote unquote bandwagon fans, right? Mm-hmm. I say invite that energy. The more fans and the more energy that we're gonna have into the following season.
I like that. I don't agree with that, but I like it. See, here's the thing, right? I feel like the problem is that we had so many lows where we've had guys, man, that literally just couldn't deal with it, bro. And so, come on, think about it. Like, if there's a person who's dealing with the pain and the other one giving up and the other one's like just going through the pain, and finally he feels that he feels that he's cured, he feels like he can make it, he's obviously going to feel way more than a person who barely felt the pain, right? So I feel like definitely, listen, bro, you want to make because look, when all these bandwagons come, it looks like the whole city is like popping and it's like Knicks fans, orange and blue everywhere. It looks good. So I agree with you on that, but there's no doubt that this hits so much different for that. Knicks fans, orange and blue everywhere. It looks good. So I agree with you.
100%.
Yeah. So like at the end of the day, bro, it's like we as Knicks fans, man, it's emotional. It's emotional, bro. There's a whole freaking, bro. Just 10 years ago, this team won like 20 games, bro. They didn't know they didn't know what to do. They're going from coaching to coaches. Fizdale. Do you guys remember Fizdale was the coach of the Knicks?
Yeah.
Do you remember Derek Fisher was the coach of the Knicks? They won like 25 games.
Derek Fisher. Oh my God. I mean, honestly, every Knick that's been part of that struggle, every Knick that's been a Knick in the past, I would say 20 to 30 years, they should get a little bit of something. Now, I'm not saying a championship ring, but they should get a little something. I mean,
Yeah, I like that.
to be a player during those struggling times, especially to play for the New York Knicks, the media comes in real hot on you. You know what I mean? You're dealing with the media, you're dealing with the fans. Then, like, you can't really focus on the game as a player, especially playing for the New York Knicks, right?
Yeah, I want you guys to give me your first memory of the Knicks. What's your first memory as a Knicks fan? You can go first, boss. What's your first memory of the Knicks as far as like remember watching them? What type of team they were? What made you watch them? What inspired you to like them? What was your first memory? It could be as little as you were whatever 6 years old.
Right.
What's your first memory of the Knicks?
My first memory, I don't know how old I was.
And was it because a family member got you on board, or was it
just seeing Spreewell and Allen Iverson going head to head, bucket for bucket? That was one of the best performances I ever watched. Just Spreewell and Iverson just going bucket for bucket, and during that time in the NBA, like physicality was on a different level, and the refs didn't care. They let the players play. And it was just a regular season game too. So that's my first memory of being part of the Knicks fan.
Mazen, what about you?
Definitely the Mike D'Antoni era, Bargnani and all them. That was a bad time. But we got Melo, Stoudemire, Chauncey Billups, shortly after. But that wasn't even. I'm not worried about that moment. I'm worried about this moment right here. See that? Can you see that? I had to get a frame.
For sure.
Anunoby Stippins?
Yep. I literally made it and I edited it and then did all the filters and went to Staples the next day right after that game and got it framed. I didn't want to show anybody until after the Knicks won, the finals,
right.
Exclusive live on Image.
It's going up there.
But what did you think of the finals, man? What did you think? Did you think that we had just the Spurs number, or was it just that our experience overtook them and how we just kept? I mean, look, man, they were beating us most of these games, and then we just ended up knowing how to finish better. Do you still think we're the better team? And what was your recap of that championship series?
Well, analytically, the Spurs was supposed to close out this series. Let's just be honest here, right? This is the only time analytically it's right. I don't know whatever that Cavs coach name is. I don't know what
Kenny Atkinson.
He was completely wrong about that. But looking back at the series analytically, right, the Spurs was supposed to win this, right? But I think, Coach Mike Brown he has the experience, right? If a lot of people don't know this, but Mike Brown was the coach for the 2007 for that Cavs team against the Spurs. That was the first time LeBron James made a finals appearance. And so I know Mike Brown, it hasn't really been brought up into the social media, honestly, and it should be in the social media, of the fact that Mike Brown was there, and then the fact that he's here now. I think that's like 19 years later of being in the same place against the Spurs. And so he has the experience. He's been in the NBA for I don't know how long, probably about 20 to 25 years, right? And so he's been waiting for this moment, right? He's been waiting for this moment, and he's definitely not going to get out-coached by a coach that's been coaching for only 2 years, especially when there's a group of his core guys or around, like, what's the average age? 20, 23, right? Like, that plays a huge factor.
Yeah.
And the Knicks is just a representation of what New York is, what New Jersey is. It's that no matter how down you are, you find a way to win.
That's right.
No matter how down you are, you find a way to win. And so that group, the OG, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Cat, right? I call them the blue collar workers. You know what I mean? They represent the blue collar workers because it doesn't matter how down bad you are. You could be working 24 hours straight, right? But when you got to get the job done, you get the job done. And San Antonio don't know nothing about that.
Woo! I like that's a good take, man. Listen, bro. That like you just said, bro. You're not only speaking for the Knicks, but you're speaking for the culture, right? That's the culture that we have here, and man, those players embraced it, and it's like they're literally one of those New Yorkers out there playing, you know, and representing the city. Jay is on. Jay, we got our Knicks beloveds up in here. Celebrating.
Who we got? We
got Mazin and Bassett.
All right.
You remember Mazin from last year?
I remember Mazin. How you doing, Mazin?
What's going on?
Good.
Bassett, man, big Knicks fan who's giving his take right now.
What's up, Jay?
What's up? I heard your take. about the Knicks being the blue collar workers. It's an excellent take, man. That was great.
Right.
I just want to make sure everybody understands that I have been on one for the past 3 fucking days. I have not slept. I have not been able to work. And it's going to ride like this throughout the whole summer because the Knicks are the champions of the NBA 2026. And there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Let's go, baby. Let me tell you something.
Fuck Paul Pierce.
There's a lot of emotions, man. We're going to walk through it. Me and Jay, we're going to walk through every single suffering year of the Knicks that we went through that led to this, man. And I know everybody wants to celebrate, obviously, what this team did. But we can even talk about this season because this season was such a roller coaster of a season, man. Right. But Jalen Brunson, is he the king of New York, guys?
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I'm about to call a steakhouse in New York right now and act like I'm Jalen Brunson. I guarantee you I could get a restaurant booked by tonight. I guarantee you.
No
For sure, man. For sure, bro. Yeah, bro. What about Jay? Jalen Brunson's the king of New York?
Jalen Brunson is the king of New York for sure. I mean, they can't take it away from him. He got it. He can do whatever he wants to do in New York City for the rest of his life.
Is Jalen Brunson the greatest Knick that ever played?
That's debatable.
Hot take. We don't want to live in the spur of the moment, right?
Nah, definitely top 10. He's in there for sure.
Top 2. He's top 2. Come on.
Who's the first?
Top 2. Who's number 1?
Ewing.
Okay.
Ewing is
Jalen Brunson.
I'm gonna be very real for a second.
Yeah.
You know, top 2 is very hard to say because you left out Bernard King.
Yeah.
You got Ewing, obviously.
Yeah.
You got that whole team that won with Clyde and the rest of them.
Clyde Frazier, yeah.
I can't say he's in top 2. That's why I said top 10 for sure.
Right.
Probably higher than that.
Then you got
it's difficult. It's difficult to compare a player from 50 years ago to today, man. I mean, you put Brunson in the 70s. I mean, it's a different story too. So
listen, Jalen Brunson is the greatest motherfucking Knick of all time. That is the fucking truth.
Understandable.
Now he's the greatest Knick. The team hasn't won in 3 years, bro. Like he had. Like to everything he's undersized. His freaking heart and soul, everything he did to take a pay cut for this team, to try to bring guys in to literally align up with his chemistry, to day in and day out to produce, to be that closer in the biggest city with all the people against him, the freaking media against him, the whole NBA against him, and for him to still do it against those odds. No, he is the greatest Knick of all time. He's definitely better than Patrick Ewing because Patrick Ewing was a warrior. I compare Patrick Ewing right now to Aaron Judge. Okay, Aaron Judge. Yeah, Aaron Judge is this phenomenal player. Oh, my God, he's so amazing. But he keeps falling short when he needs to. And we'll see when Aaron Judge can win a World Series. But as of right now, that was Patrick Ewing's legacy. He was a warrior. He gave you everything he could. But at the end of the day, man, he just couldn't deliver it. And he had opportunities, guys. He had opportunities. He could have won in 94. I guess, again, it was the Jordan era, but he had some opportunities there as well. Jalen Brunson delivered it. He's the greatest Knick of all time.
Listen, the thing about Jalen Brunson is that when it came to that fourth quarter time in the last, I would say 7 minutes of any game, that is someone you could rely on, right? And honestly, he might be the clutchest player right now in the NBA. Yeah, he might be shooting 10. He might be shooting 5 for 25. But when it came down to those 5 minutes of a game, right? He showed up every single time when it mattered the most.
Preach. Preach.
One thing I noticed when they keep saying clutch player, and no, you're 100% right. He is one of the clutchest players. But I think I feel like the media keeps saying clutch because they don't want to acknowledge him as being a great player. Okay. Right. And that's bullshit because a clutch player can drop 13 points and give you clutch shots in the end. You see what I'm saying? Right. But he will deliver you 30 plus, 40 plus, give you freaking Hall of Fame type numbers in a game and still be clutch at the same time. So I feel like they keep he's one of the clutchest players. The media keeps pushing that. They're just trying to, why is he the clutchest player? No, he's one of the greatest players, bro. Like,
you think they'll do it next year too?
That's so hard to say, man. I hear rumors that Giannis might be going to Miami. And that's
is this a dynasty? Are the Knicks qualifying for a dynasty? Are they on that way?
Who got the playback? Who got the playback? The Knicks a dynasty. All right, so we haven't had a dynasty in 8 years, and it's because every market team has been getting better and better. And I truly feel like Giannis might stand in the way because I feel like they say he's going to Miami or Boston. And if Giannis goes to either one of those teams,
yeah, it's
East is in trouble.
Yeah,
East is in trouble. If he goes to Boston, especially because if he goes to Boston, they're going to get rid of Brown. You got Tatum, Giannis, and company. That's a problem right there. So I don't know, man. Again, we're going to run the same team back. We're not going to make any changes. Let's see what happens. But
you wouldn't make any changes?
No notes, 0 notes.
I wouldn't make for this Knicks team. I wouldn't make any changes. We just won a championship. Why? What is there to change? I think the only thing that gets in the way for the Knicks is probably the contract issues. I don't know too much about it.
Right? Mitchell Robinson.
That is the only reason why any team gets broken up because of just the simple factor of just money. But if all the players on the team have the mentality of we just want to win, then there shouldn't be any changes to the team. A lot of people might criticize Deuce McBride and Jose Alvarado, but at the end of the day, they play their role. It might not look pretty, and it might not show on the stat sheet, right? But the Knicks won a championship, so they had to do something right in order for the Knicks to win, right? Deuce McBride, he was not shooting well.
He was not shooting well at all.
But however, there are certain passes, there is certain ball movement that Deuce McBride has made for Jalen, which led Jalen Brunson or Karl-Anthony Towns to get a bucket, right? There is things that Jose Alvarado has done, right, that has led to successful plays. So it might not show on the stat sheet, but they did do winning plays, and that's the reason why the Knicks won the championship.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that. There's nothing I would change. The only thing I would change, respectfully, is I would play my man Kolek some more. I would give Tyler Kolek some more minutes because I love me some Kolek. I love me some Kolek. I feel like Kolek is the second best ball handler on that team. He just doesn't get any type of love, man. Give Kolek some love, Jesus Christ.
But he's not going to. He's
not going to. Alvarado and then freaking
Shamit.
Not Shamit.
Deuce.
Yeah. Alvarado and Deuce are ahead of him, so he's not going to get any love, unfortunately. But I want Kolek, bro.
I mean, Shamit, you don't even have to worry about. Let's be real, man. It's a business at the end of the day. Yeah. I think Mitchell Robinson, he wants his moolah. And same thing with Shamit. I mean, at this point, he's got a resume to start flapping in people's faces now. I just want a ring. I just want a championship. Who's trying to pay me out here? And there are definitely teams that are going to give him a call. Right. So is Mitchell Robinson coming back?
I think so.
You would want him to, but how loud does money speak? Money talks.
I think Mitchell Robinson's a money guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he seems, but okay, he's not worth
he's
like
a
30
money guy.
million a
I
year.
think-
It's in a
I think-
Hartenstein kind of situation. I'm not
Yeah,
worried
there you
about
go.
Hartenstein.
It might be a
There you go.
Hartenstein situation. You're right, because I would have loved I want Mitchell to stay, but at the end of the day, money rules. Money talks.
You know who I would love to see come back? Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh man, I'm so sad Devo didn't win that ring with us.
I would love for Dante DiVincenzo to come back. I think there is a spot for him on the team. Jordan Clarkson, I think he's a very easily player to replace. He's supposed to be that guy that's supposed to give us a spark off the bench, and I think Dante DiVincenzo would fill that spot in perfectly. He could shoot. He could play defense. He can handle the ball. And Jay, you did mention a good point is that the Knicks are missing a reliable ball handler. That pressure that those Spurs guards were putting on those guards, for the Knicks guards, you could see it, right? Josh Hart, he had to take that role of bringing up the ball, and you could tell that that's not really his role. Right, that's something he shouldn't really be doing, but he stepped up and he did it, right. But that is another thing that the Knicks need to work on, is that they need to bring up another ball handler, because when Jalen Brunson is struggling, when he's getting double teamed, right, then there's got to be another guard that needs to step up and bring up the ball.
But here's the thing: I hear you with Dante DiVincenzo, but do you want a guy back after he just tore his Achilles? Do you want him on your team, and do you trust him?
Can you even afford him?
People don't come back. Can you afford him? And people don't come back from that Achilles tear pretty well, except unless your name is Durant or Kobe. You don't come back from that Achilles tear pretty well. That's never a good comeback. It's going to prove that in history. So unfortunately, Dante might be heading downhill right now.
Right.
And it's sad to say, because I would have
free agent Isaiah Hartenstein.
Hartenstein's a free agent?
Yeah.
He has a year left, I believe. He signed a 3-year contract with the Thunder.
Oh.
No, I was actually looking it up. He's I think he's opting for free agency.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at.
That'll be another great player for the Knicks.
I would love Hartenstein.
I mean,
would
look
you
at
switch it to Robinson?
Mitchell, exactly.
I would switch it for Mark Robinson in a heartbeat.
If Mitchell,
Hartenstein, yeah, for sure. I mean, Hartenstein, he has a great touch around the rim. He makes great plays. He plays great defense. He has great size in the for defense. I would love Hartenstein over Mitchell Robinson, honestly. But Mitchell Robinson, he plays the perimeter really well defensively. He could really guard 1 through 5. It might not look pretty, but he could
have that solid offensive rebound.
Yeah.
Last possession of the game.
Oh yeah, that won it for us.
Yeah, that's not take that lightly. He single-handedly won that in the end for us with that offensive board. And that shit used to happen to the Knicks, bro. Back in the day, the Knicks were the ones that were, oh my God, we're scratching. We can maybe win it. And fuck, we didn't get the offensive rebound. The other team got it. And Mitchell Robinson is such an asset, bro, to have on that team, bro. For a championship team, you can't win without Mitch. You can't win it without him.
He's solid. I just wish he could shoot some damn free throws, but he's solid.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Every
day this summer, man, just go and shoot 1,000 free throws a day. Every day this summer. That's all. That's all I want to do.
If he pays me like 50 G's, bro, I will get that guy to shoot right, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I will get him right, bro. Like, it's really not that hard to shoot free throws, bro.
It's not, man. Not that it's not that hard, but you put in repetition. Come on, man. What are you doing, bro? Just shoot free throws for a whole summer. Don't do anything else. You're good at dunking. You're good at down low, whatever down low. Who cares? Shoot free throws.
Right.
That's all I ask of you.
Yeah, man.
But all right, Jay, I appreciate you guys having me on the show.
Of course, man.
Of course, bro.
We're gonna have you guys. We're gonna talk a lot on the off season.
Hell yeah.
Guys. So
hey, one more question. What's you guys' plan for this off season? Well, we're talking World Cup, maybe some summer camp or what?
Of course, man. The Jay show, bro. We're gonna talk about everything. Baseball's gonna be kicking up too, so we'll be talking about baseball eventually. But I'll tell you what, man. World Cup, of course, that's heating up.
This is not just a Knicks show. This is not just a Knicks show.
No.
Prior to popular belief, it's really not.
Yeah, I feel like because we started off with such a bang with the Knicks, and it's so crazy because we started this show and the Knicks won the championship the same year we started the show. It's interesting, right? But For sure, man. This is actually it's a sports show, so we actually can talk about sports and any type of sports, and we're gonna have highlights and all that stuff. Now we're cooking back. We have trivia stuff. We're gonna have guests and everything like that. So, yeah, man. I mean, you look, bro, Maz, if you come on, you talk your talk, and we'll have it for you. So
I'm excited, man. Yeah, man, we got a lot to say. World Cup, baseball, everything. So thank you guys. Congrats again. And yeah, we'll speak soon.
that
We
sounds good,
shall.
Maz.
All right.
Maz,
All right,
man.
Jay.
Take it easy. All right.
Yep, take care, brother.
Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
Has it hit you yet that the Knicks are NBA champions?
Bro, I wasn't joking when I said I've been in a whirlwind the past couple days. Like I can't focus, bro. I'm at work, just like not really working. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm here, but I'm not here. I need to like reel in. I haven't been making content lately. I've just been on a high, bro.
Nah, I feel you.
Nothing could get me down. I've
Yeah.
been on a high.
Yeah, no, you know what's actually interesting, bro? Like I'm actually sad there's no more games, bro. Like I was just
Yeah.
it was just a great watching that team play too, bro. It was great, man. It was actually one of those teams where it's like you're actually having fun watching them too while you're enjoying the roller coaster event. But yeah, bro, like I was thinking to myself like, yo, bro, is it game Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday? Damn, like it's no game.
Nothing.
There's no
Nothing.
game. And that's the thing about fans like me and you, is that we're invested in the organization for so long, bro. It's like your family. So and you see your family every day, right? So now you don't see them. So it's not now you haven't seen your family in a while. So it's like,
I missed you guys.
yeah. But man,
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. You know, Knicks. Yeah, but I listen, and I mean this when I say this. This is not just a Knicks show. You know, obviously we'll talk about the Knicks, but this is not just a Knicks show. We got to talk about everything. Yeah, I'll talk about everything because there's a lot of things to talk about. I think it's mostly basketball, but we will dive into other sports as well.
Absolutely.
Summer league's about to start soon. I'm excited about that. The draft is coming up. I'm probably gonna go down to summer league and see what's happening over there for a couple days.
Yeah, it's in Vegas, right?
Yep, every year, man. It's a great time.
Yeah.
Wonderful games.
I mean, let's talk about real quick since we're on this topic right now, bro. I mean, and we're gonna talk about throughout the whole some of this championship Knicks run, and we'll be putting a lot of things on. But let's kind of talk about a little bit about this off season, man. What do you think is gonna happen this off season? Who's gonna probably have the best team? Who's gonna make that turnaround for this upcoming NBA season? And where do you think the Knicks are in that?
So who's gonna have the best team per se? East or West? You got to pick one. There's a lot. East or West?
We got. Let's talk about the Nuggets.
Okay, talk about the Nuggets. All right. So Jokic, Murray, Gordon. Gordon was hurt a lot towards the end of the year.
Another shit talker, bro.
Ignore that. That means nothing. He didn't spell Knicks right, so you already know this. So
I love how all the Nick haters, bro, end up like doing something ridiculous.
They can't spell. It's terrible. So yeah, I will say the Nuggets personally, they're gonna I don't know what they're gonna add or change because they got rid of what's his name? He went to Brooklyn, and then they haven't really. I don't know, man. Are they done? Has their ship sailed?
Yeah, I think so. I think the biggest problem with the Nuggets was when they changed their coach and when that whole thing happened when
in the freaking end of the season, which was dumb.
Yeah, that plays a big role. If people out there think that this whole thing with a coaching change and all that stuff is a culture change, all that stuff is not a big deal, bro. I mean, just look at the Knicks right now, bro. From Tibbs to Mike Brown, and we needed that. And I think the fact is the opposite happened with the Nuggets. You had a coach that actually won you a championship. Now you went with a coaching staff that hasn't won it, whereas the Knicks did the complete opposite. So
weird.
I think the Nuggets are. First of all, there are other teams that are way better than the Nuggets, and the West is already hard to get out of. So Yeah, bro. You guys are. I would start rebuilding. Last time they won, you weren't even alive.
They won like 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago. Did I die and come
I
back?
think he's talking about the Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks. Well, no, nobody was fucking alive. We were all dead. But anyway, so so anyway, if you have to, let's talk about Eastern Conference teams. Who do you think is going to make the biggest jump from this offseason to the 26-27 season?
I think personally, man. First of all, I hate when people keep talking about Indiana because Halliburton's coming back, bro. They changed the whole team apart. Like it's not even that. Like
who's missing? Yeah. They Halliburton was hurt, and they got rid of the center,
Siakam, right?
No, not Siakam. Turner.
No.
They got rid of Miles Turner.
They got Miles Turner's gone. Yeah, which was a big part of their team, to be honest.
He was the longest tenured Pacer, I believe.
Yeah,
and what else? The main thing was that they got rid of Halliburton. Well, sorry, Halliburton was injured. So, you lose Halliburton for a year and you go from one of the best teams, like the worst team in the East. That's a lot on one guy's shoulders.
No, absolutely, man. And what about Neesmith? Neesmith's gone, right?
Neesmith is gone. Where is he? Did he leave?
I think one of the guys was gone. The players that was actually really good. Like he's gone, bro. Like so,
bro. Neesmith is still there.
Let's talk about the WNBA and how people are watching their games.
No, we can't do that. We don't. I don't personally know WNBA.
I mean, I'll tell you this: WNBA, bro. How people are watching their games, or who's watching their games?
That's what I'm saying,
bro. What are you talking about? I haven't.
Can we pull up a ratings here of the WNBA?
Yeah, pull up some. Yeah, hold on. Let me tell. Yep. Mike, I just told the producer to freaking pull up some ratings here.
Get some WNBA ratings here.
Yeah, nah, bro. There ain't nobody watching WNBA. I know the what's her name, Caitlin
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she came out and there was some type of popularity coming to the league because of that. I mean, she's a phenomenal player, all that shit. But yeah, bro, nobody's watching WNBA. It's just.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They have more viewers this year than they did last year, for sure, or previous years. But I don't think they're soaring places right now. I mean, listen. I'll be honest with you. I love sports. I have not yet to watch the whole WNBA game, and I don't think I could. I could do that yet.
So he says everyone watches the WNBA. They should be making more than NBA players.
What?
I mean, bro, I think he's just trolling, bro. This guy's definitely trolling us now at this point. But I'll tell you this, bro. It's a business at the end of the day, bro. If the WNBA players are selling out arenas and ratings are through the roof,
then they deserve more money.
Then they deserve more money.
Until that happens, they still have a lot of them have to get second jobs in the summer.
Right.
They're not making shit. But if they could, get contracts and deals and TV ratings, give them the bag.
I'll tell you real quick from the off-season standpoint. I'm not scared or worried that any team is gonna do something in the East. I think even the Celtics, are basically like they might do something, but at the end of the day, bro, it's not gonna be enough. I think this Knicks core team has so much chemistry. And like you've just seen how they did it. They just literally battled and battled and battled, and they overcame so much, bro. It's like who can defeat them, bro? Who can defeat them? They can overcome freaking the biggest deficit in NBA history and then made the biggest comeback in NBA history, all in the NBA finals. So like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, I'm not worried for any team to actually come and scare us. Now the Western Conference, that's different because I don't know.
Story.
That's I'll
mark your words. That's crazy.
Mark your words from.
I'll mark your words.
I'll mark your words.
But
yeah, man. So Jay, walk me through Game 5 real quick from the NBA Finals, and then I want to know two things from you today. I want to know your first memory as a Knicks fan, and so first talk to me about Game 5. I want to know your first memory as a Knicks fan, and then I want you to tell me what this championship meant to you.
All right, so Game 5. Listen, I'm very when it comes to the Knicks, I don't want to like. I wasn't going to a bar to watch it unless I was with a bunch of Knicks fans who are my friends, not no strangers. So I stayed at home and I watched the Knicks game. TV on, jersey on, hat on. And as usual, we're down in the first half. Whatever, we're down the first half of every game of the finals. That's fine. But the fight from this team is just relentless. It was ridiculous. And we came back, we won the game, jumped up, shed a tear, put my hat on.
Yeah.
Hell of a game. Then I went out and I celebrated at the local Knicks bar and had a hell of a time. But honestly, the Knicks just did it. They did that. They did that, man. The Knicks did that, bro. And I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know if this is gonna be duplicated again, because again, the NBA is getting tougher. The East will get tougher next year. The Celtics will get tougher. The Indiana Pacers will get tougher. The Detroit Pistons will get tougher. Atlanta's gonna get tougher. So, it's like what we spoke about before. Winning an NBA championship is a lot of circumstance, luck and circumstance for every team in there. You're not really just gonna run through a team. Like, are we lucky that we didn't face Detroit? Yeah, who knows what would have happened? Are we lucky that we didn't face the Celtics? Yeah, who knows what happened? What would have happened? Even though we beat them last year. So we had a nice path. We got to the finals. We faced a excellent Spurs team and we beat them. If we would have faced OKC, would it have been different? Possibly. OKC is a different team. They're a whole different team, and I don't know how to I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to gauge that because OKC is a whole different team. But and on the West, everybody's going to get tougher on the West, but that doesn't really matter because the Knicks are in the East. But every team gets tougher. I'm really, really curious to see where Giannis goes. Giannis is the one guy who is a game changer right now. I don't know where the hell he's going to go, but he's going to go somewhere, and he's going to change the culture of that whole team. Giannis is going to change the culture of that whole team wherever he goes, whether it be Miami, whether it be Boston, whether it be the Lakers. It could very much so be the Lakers, and Giannis is going to switch everything up. Enough said. So
Knicks were trash. Game 5. It took them 50 years to do that. The Nuggets. What the fuck you say? The Nuggets will get tougher. Who the hell is the Nuggets fan?
I don't know. I never met one before. Have you?
I've never met a Nuggets fan, bro. Back in the day when we were little, bro, we used to clown people. You're a Nuggets fan. Because they were the worst team.
They were horrible back in the day.
Yeah.
I liked them. I liked them when they had Melo. The Carmelo Anthony Nuggets were nice.
Yeah.
That was my only time I liked Carmelo Anthony, by the way. I didn't like him after that.
Yo, what did you think of the Carmelo Anthony and Jeremy Lin thing? Did you see it?
What do you mean? When it was what's the thing?
Okay, do me a favor. On the next show, we're gonna take bits and clips. All right, Jeremy Lin and Carmelo. First of all, Carmelo Anthony, like somehow from a third party, he said to Jeremy Lin, I want to do a podcast with you. Oh, and Jeremy Lin's like, bro, for what? And he's like, I just want to squash this shit and whatever between us. And Jeremy was like, bro, what? So they put a podcast together, and they're both basically going over, like, Jeremy Lin's talking about like how freaking Carmelo treated him like shit and all that stuff. And Carmelo's like, bro, I never even knew that, man. I wasn't even trying to do that, bro. Like, you have to. You don't watch it, but you have to watch a little bit of it. But
I believe everything Jeremy Lin said in that podcast, even though I didn't see it yet, because Carmelo Anthony is the reason why Lin's sanity died.
I'm telling you this right now. Carmelo is only doing this shit because he wants to clear the air and he wants a good rep amongst the New York Knicks fans.
That's too late.
The only reason why he did that shit. He got him. He's trying to squash it with him. Yo, man, I didn't mean it like that, bro. Like, I didn't even know. He's actually low-key still dissing him on the thing. He was like, bro, I didn't like, because Jeremy Lin's like, yo, like, I feel like you were like disrespecting me. He was like, bro, I didn't even notice you, bro. Like, I didn't even notice
you.
Yeah, he was saying stuff like that.
Oh, what's he on Melo's podcast?
I forgot whose podcast is. All I know is they put that together.
I'm looking at 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I think he was on Melo's podcast. Melo invited him on his podcast. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch.
So this guy Leonard Rashad, bro. Rashad.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Who's a Knicks fan? They don't even win games. Watch them be bums next season.
We got
Bro,
we got it. You got it.
the
You got it.
Nuggets
You
won
got it.
last year. Yeah, the Nuggets
You
won
got to
the
ignore that,
championship,
bro.
bro.
You got to ignore that, bro. You got to let that
Did,
go.
did the Nuggets win a championship?
No, not at all.
Which team won the championship this year?
Knicks. Was it the Knicks?
New York Knicks. Hi, baby.
Carmelo Anthony and Jeremy Lin finally break silence and insanity. I'm gonna watch this. Once we get off, I'm gonna watch this episode.
Watch it, and then what we'll do on the next show is we'll kind of break it down because I feel like it was kind of weird, bro. I feel like it was so fake, like especially from Melo's part, not from Jay Lynn's part. Jeremy Lin is letting off some steam. Like he's speaking from his heart. Like he felt violated, and he did, but he was violated. But yeah, no, Melo was
Melo shitted on him. Melo was jealous of that. Jeremy Lin had the heart of the city when Melo got injured, and Melo wanted it back. And the Knicks were on a 8-9 game winning streak with Jalen.
Yeah,
it was crazy, man. Linsanity was, you had to be there. Linsanity was nuts. Linsanity was nuts, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Like if anybody wasn't there who missed Linsanity, you missed a major moment in NBA history. That is a top 10 moment in NBA history, Linsanity. That's it.
And that's the thing, bro. Jarrell, what was your first moment as a Knicks fan?
My first moment as a Knicks fan. I'm gonna give you two real quick because they both make sense.
Okay.
As a Knicks fan, my family would be at home watching the Knicks game, whether the Knicks and the Bulls, everybody gather on the TV. This is the NBA on NBC. Right. You know what I mean? They did that, and the Knicks, Bulls, Knicks, Pacers, whoever it was. I was still young though, so it wasn't engraved in my head. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't name everybody on the starting lineup at that point. But my first real moment of memorization of remembering is when it was 2000 and I want to say 2, and we had Stephon Marbury on our team, and we sucked. But I loved me some Stephon Marbury.
Yeah.
And then at one point, we got Steve Francis, and that was the dumbest backcourt in the history of backcourts. Why the fuck would they play the same person at point guard and shooting guard? That was horrible.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, this team sucks, but I love them, and I'm going to be with them forever.
Yeah, that was 2000, and we were in high school at that time, around that time. And I remember that. I remember actually calling you, telling you that we got Marbury. We were mad hyped. I'll tell you what, bro. They were trying Isaiah Thomas, which is very important. I want people to know the history of our struggle. Isaiah Thomas was trying. He was the GM. Larry Brown was the coach.
Yeah.
He was trying to duplicate Frazier and Monroe because they were both point guard and guards. Yeah. So he was like, last time we won a championship was with Frazier and Monroe. Let's try to see if we can get Marbury and Stevie Franchise together.
Right.
And I wasn't going to work out. In fact, what's his name? Channing Frye came on a podcast recently, and he was talking about how Larry Brown, I don't know if you saw that or not, but he was talking about how Larry Brown literally was just not taking it serious, and he was just on an ego trip. And if someone didn't do something, he would be like, "You're not playing." He was talking about how if you go back in that year, like maybe Marbury started every game or Steve Red, but somebody would not, like, it would be there'd be a different lineup every game because he would just play around with them. He'd be like, "You know what? You're not starting. Somebody else is starting." How you like that? Like, and you can't do that. You need to build chemistry. You need to build a rotation. Like he was running it like it was like jail or some shit, bro. Like he was like a warden and shit.
This was 03, right?
I think we're talking about 05.
05.
Yeah. So, nah, man, that's a good memory. It's crazy because it's a struggle memory because
struggle memory, yeah.
I think they won 25 games that year, bro.
Knicks 05. This was their team in 05. Trevor Ariza, Matt Barnes, Jackie Butler, Jamal Crawford, Eddie Curry, Antonio Davis, Stevie Franchise, Channing Frye, Anthony Hardaway, Penny. I remember we had Penny. Jerome James, David Lee, love me some David Lee, Stephon Marbury, Q Rich, Nate Robinson, Jalen Rose, Malik Rose. We had Ime Udoka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maurice Taylor and Quintel Woods. They didn't matter. So that was our 05 lineup. So that was the whatchamacallit, the Marbury Francis era. which was the dumbest era, bro. I swear we might have been. We were 23-59 that year. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that wasn't good, man. That was
bro. They are and bro, and I'll tell you this right now. After that, Isaiah took over, and then Isaiah was like, "Yeah, man, Larry Brown, I'll take over. I'll do this shit myself." He went and got Zach Randolph.
Zebo.
You remember that, Zebo? And the Knicks still sucked. And then they sucked like crazy. And then finally they went and got Donnie Walsh to be the GM. They fired Isaiah. Then Donnie Walsh got D'Antoni. And we thought everything was going to be rainbows and butterflies.
Stoudemire came in.
But that shit was not good, man.
Listen, I had hope when we had Stoudemire until Melo came in and effed it all up, bro. That guy.
They traded everybody and their freaking mother for Carmelo.
Remember we had you know who I used to love? Wilson Chandler.
Yeah, bro.
Wilson Chandler, Landry Fields.
Yep.
We got rid of Landry Fields for sure. Wilson Chandler, Landry Fields, and someone else. Danilo Gallinari. That core right there was great. They gave them up for Melo, right?
Yep, bro. Yep. They gave up everybody you just brought up for Melo. Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari, Raymond Felton.
No, Raymond Felton stayed. Landry Fields.
No. They traded away Raymond Felton. They went and got him back.
Oh, they got him back because he played him. They got him back.
I remember that, bro. They went and got his ass back after.
Because that Stoudemire, Felton, Fields, Chandler, Gallinari team, that was a good team.
It was good.
Stoudemire at the helm, that was a solid team. Then Melo came.
Bro, Raymond Felton and what's his name? Amari had some decent chemistry. I mean, it made sense because you had Mike D'Antoni as your coach.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, bro, shit did not work out. And
because we got Melo. The Melo, listen, I know some people that love Melo, but I tell people this all the time. The Melo era was hell. That was not a good era.
Nah, bro.
I didn't like the Melo era, man. We had one shot when we were second place in the conference, and we had the old man team with Kidd and Wallace and Kurt Thomas, and we made it to the playoffs as a second seed, but everybody got injured. I think we made it to the second round. Rasheed Wallace got injured. Jason Kidd got injured. Kurt Thomas got injured. And that was it, bro. And then we saw.
Yeah, bro. That was the game where I call that game the volleyball game because
Chandler volleyball player.
Yeah. Instead of getting boards, bro, he kept freaking spiking that shit.
Spiking it out to the 3-point line. And they counted it as a board for him. They counted it as a
board, bro. He was swiping it, and that shit was going in the hands of Paul George for extra 3-pointers. Like, he was giving them extra opportunity, bro. That was
bad, bro. That the volleyball era, man. But after that era with the old man team, then the old people left. They're like on 1-year contracts, 1-year deals. They didn't really stay.
Let me ask you a question right now.
What's up?
This championship team.
Yeah.
Where do you rate this Knicks team as one of the all-time finals championship teams? Like, do they even make the top 10? Do they make the top 5 for you? And obviously now we're talking about a list of teams like the Boston Celtics and the Bad Boy Pistons and the Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls and Steph Curry Warriors and all those Spurs teams with the freaking core team with freaking Duncan and Tony Parker and all that shit.
Right.
You're talking about the Lakers, Kobe Bryant and Shaq. Does this team fall in a top 5 or top 10 for you?
Sorry, let me not be a biased Knicks fan for a second.
Don't be a biased Knicks fan. Yeah, it's just a.
So no matter where you rate them, you have to recognize what they did in this playoffs. You have to recognize the 13-game winning streak, and that's going to boost their rating up higher than anything else, just because they won 13 straight games in the playoffs in the road to the finals.
Right.
They were down every finals game, double digits, and came back. The comeback.
Yeah.
You got to rate it. Oh man, that's tough. Are they better than the three-peat Lakers? No. Are they better than who won? than that Cavs team that won that 1 year 2018 Cavs team. No, that was a hell of a team. They might be top 15, maybe top 15 based off of pure excitement. Based off of pure excitement alone, they might be top 10. But
yeah, I mean, like just to be like, bro, your all-time finals team, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean just because of the roster. It could just mean that team and how they performed in the finals and that team. So, what are you saying? Top 15? Do they make top 10?
Based off of the winning streak?
Yeah, that has to be definitely included in there.
I'm gonna say top 12.
And that game 4, bro. Let's be real, bro. That game 4.
The game 4 there was a comeback win.
I mean,
again, we played from behind again. Played from behind. There was, it wasn't convincing. But all right, let's run through it real quick. Run through it. You got Lakers, right? Kobe, Shaq, Lakers. 1. You got Spurs. Duncan Spurs. Duncan Parker Ginobili Spurs, right? 2.
Right.
You got those two are definitely ahead of them. You got, what about that Pistons team? The Ben Wallace Pistons. Where do you count them?
That was a good defensive team, but
it was an excellent defensive team. They're a defensive team, no offense.
But I think our team is definitely more enjoyable to watch, and I think we kept you out of your seat, and we did more historic things than them. So I would say we're better than them.
Okay. I won't argue that. You got the Bulls team. You got to put that over that. Obviously, the Bulls dynasty. That's 3.
The Bulls have to go over the next.
Bulls have to go over that. You got that 2018 Cavs team. Where do you put them?
Yeah, they're over the Knicks. Yeah,
over the Knicks. That's 4. What about that Raptors team? Where do you put them? One and done Raptors team.
What's funny, bro? It's kind of very similar team to us. Like
little bit.
Yeah, right. A little bit. Just
Kawhi was very dominant.
We could say Brunson. He was like our Brunson.
Yeah, true.
And then we had some good role players and
similar.
Yeah, it's a very similar team. They had a good bunch of teams.
I'll rate the Knicks team over them.
I think you know what? I think it's a good question what I just asked, but you know what? To make it fair, I think we'll pause on the response because I think we got to see where we stand with this team next year and the year after. Because you can't, because technically you can't compare a dynasty team to this right now.
Right.
Like you can't compare a three-peat Lakers or a bad boy Pistons.
Well, then we got to compare them to the one-off teams, the Cavs, the Raptors. The Bucks. You got to compare it to the one-off.
So I'm gonna make it very easy and simplified for you. Within since 2020.
Okay.
Since 2020, is this the best finals team? I think they are. I think that Celtics team that
Celtics team was a good team. Since 2020, that's Lakers, Celtics, Bucks, OKC, Golden State Warriors. Nuggets.
Yeah.
Out of all those teams, that's all the teams since 2020. That's a tough one, bro. That's very tough. That Warriors team was pretty nasty for that one-off win. That was a surprising win. Nobody expected the Warriors to win that year.
Yeah.
And they won it with Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. That was crazy.
Yeah. Gary Payne Jr., I think.
Gary Payne Jr.
Yeah.
Was Wiggins there?
Mike Brown was the assistant coach.
Mike Brown was the assistant coach, right?
Yeah.
I think Wiggins was there too, right?
Yeah.
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 That's a hard.
I mean, I guess we could say within the last few years, they've been one of the this finals run has been probably a memorable one, and probably let's see how. I mean, we'll see what the critics have to say. We'll see what the statistics have to say, but it's a pretty good finals team. I mean, I'll tell you that much, bro. Like you got to rank them up. It's definitely better than some finals teams that win it, bro. I guess they're definitely better than the Nuggets or the Bucks. The thing is, you got like superstars on that team. Like one guy was carrying the team. I mean, this Knicks team was just dynamic to watch.
They're a team.
So I'll tell you what, the New York Knicks are NBA champions, and my first memory as a Knick, bro. I remember my family telling me like, oh, or my brother, whatever. He's like, yeah, man, the Knicks, you got to root for this team. And it was Patrick Ewing, bro. And he's our star and he's our this and that. And I want you guys to Google this. His name's Andrew Lang. Okay. Andrew Lang game. Okay. Patrick Ewing went up for like a rebound. And this guy pushes Ewing literally in the middle, like in the like midst of the air, like literally in the air. And Ewing literally falls on his arm as it breaks.
Hey.
And this guy is in the most excruciating pain, bro. I'm probably like 7 years old watching this shit, bro. And I'm like, oh my God. And I heard this guy was supposed to be our superstar. I'll tell you what, bro. Ewing was never the same ever since then. Like, I never got to see a Patrick Ewing that was known to be Patrick Ewing. I never got to see it because the year I got in, he was getting injured and he had that severe injury.
On December 20th, 1997.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Andrew Lang, bro. And if you watch it live, you might see like from the news report, which you're not going to hear it. But if you watch it for some reason live, you'll hear that man. You'll see a grown man scream, and you like you've never screamed before, like he's never screamed before. So, that's when I was like, damn. And that Ewing was good until that point, and he's never recovered from. And that was the beginning of my fandom, already at a disadvantage, you know. And man, and I'll tell you that. So, bro, the fact that the Knicks did this, man, to the fans, to the community, to the city, bro, it's gonna live down as one of the most greatest things, bro. Like, I can't believe, man. I can't believe Jalen Brunson. I always thought to myself, who was gonna be that guy? I always thought to myself, bro, like,
man, I think it was gonna be Brunson.
Right. Who was gonna be that guy? I used to always think, who's gonna be that coach? Right. It wasn't Pat Riley. It wasn't D'Antoni.
Right.
It wasn't, a lot of these guys that I was always gonna wonder who was gonna be, and it was Mike Brown leading the New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson, bro, as the star.
Bro, the Andrew Lang push as you were talking, that was kind of nasty.
You watched it?
Yeah, I just watched it. That was kind of
nasty. Do you see Ewing's face?
Yep. He's on the floor like,
yeah.
Open mouth like Jeffries, man. It looks crazy, bro.
So we're going to have a lot of good stuff for you guys, man. As the season wraps up, as a bow tie on the NBA season, we're going to start talking to you guys about what's going on in the off season with the NBA. We'll talk soccer. We'll talk baseball. We'll have some guests on. But you guys will know that we will be celebrating the New York Knicks every single day on this station.
Let's go. All right, let's do it, man.
And for Jarrell, I'm Emmy. Hope you guys have a good night. We'll catch you guys.